Hi, this is Frankie. Welcome to tutorial number 6. In tutorial number 6, I'll be looking at indentation as well as the margin markers and indent markers. Okay, first off, this is the pixar.txt text content that I have inserted into my document. And let me just click 3 times to select the entire paragraph, and I'm at the home tab looking at the paragraph group, and in the paragraph group you have these two icons here, and they're called increase indent and decrease indent. Okay, now interestingly enough, if you were to click on the increase indent, of course the text will be indented to the right, and notice this markers here. Okay, these markers will also move. Now another way of indenting is to click on the small little rectangle which moves the two triangles at the top of the rectangle. Basically what I'm doing is I'm moving the indentation of the entire paragraph. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about this ruler over here. Now if you look at the ruler over here, it shows you the left margin. Okay, now that's the left margin there. Well, that was 3.17 cm. Oops, let's press Ctrl Z again. Okay, this is called the left margin. Now where the border of the gray and the white line appears, and where my mouse cursor becomes a thin double-headed arrow, this thing is called the left margin marker. So what happens basically is that if I were to click and hold the left mouse button and I were to drag it, I can actually increase the left margin. So now the left margin is much bigger, and let's press alternate. Now you can see that the left margin is 5 cm, and then that's a 1.5 cm indentation. Yeah, so how do I do this? Well, I move my cursor up to the ruler and then press alternate, and you can see the measurements. Okay, now also what you have on the right hand side here, this is called the right indent marker. So if I were to push this to the left, the right indent marker will of course cause the entire paragraph to be adjusted accordingly. So this is called the right indent marker. Okay. Interestingly enough, also, if you were to move the markers one by one, they actually will be stepping through the measurements here. Okay, they're stepping through. But if I were to press alternate, I can move the marker very smoothly. I'm pressing the alternate key. Okay, I'm pressing the alternate key. You can try that for yourself. And so the movement here is very, very smooth. Let's just put it at the edge. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about the three markers over here. They consist of an inverted triangle, a normal triangle, and lastly you've got a rectangle over there. So the inverted triangle is called the first line indent. It's called the first line indent. Now what happens if I were to click on the topmost inverted triangle? So as you can see, the first line of the paragraph, which is this line here, it becomes indented, whereas the rest of the paragraph, the body of the paragraph, does not change. Okay, so let's just undo that. Now what happens if I were to click the normal triangle, the one that's sandwiched between the first line indent marker and the rectangle over here? Okay, let's try that. Well, now what happens is that we have something called a hanging indent. Okay, if I were to click on this normal triangle, which is called the hanging indent, what happens is that the second line of a paragraph as well as all the other lines beneath the second line will be indented, leaving the top line to be hanging out like a cliff, hanging out like a cliff over the rest of the paragraph. Now that's because I clicked this marker called the hanging indent. So let's just put them all together again as one big happy family. And now let's click on this rectangle, sorry, that's called the left indent. So that's a very easy one to understand, because basically it's the same as clicking on the indent right, the increase indent icon. Okay, so just to summarize, let's have a quick look at that. This thing here is called the left margin marker, because if you move your mouse pointer just at the border, the mouse pointer will change into a two-headed arrow. And this thing here are called the indent markers. Okay, they're usually at the left margin, but you can actually move them away from the left margin. So these are called the indent markers. Okay, what did I do just now? Well, this is called the first line indent, that inverted triangle, and then you've got a hanging indent, which is the second upright triangle, and lastly you've got the left indent over here. And also you've got the right indent, which marker, which positions the right indent. Okay, so that's a few terms here to understand. Now basically what you need to do is just play around with the markers, and there you go. Okay, you can actually play around also with the right indent marker. Okay, next I want to look at bullets and numbered lists. So let's click on the home button, and let's just increase my magnification a little bit, and let's click on this icon under the home tab, paragraph group. This is called the bullets icon. Now you use this to create a bulleted list. So here we go, apple, orange and watermelon. Right, now let's select the entire list and right click, and you can see at the right click shortcut menu you've got this option called bullets, and down here you've got a bullet library, which basically means that you can change the picture of the bullets themselves. You can even insert a graphic if you wanted to, okay, like that, and you can actually select your own graphics. For example, define your bullet, and the bullet character can be a symbol. Okay, it can be a symbol like this heart shape, or you can actually select a graphic image of your own by clicking on picture. Okay, so here you go, little red square there. So quite flexible, you can mix and match, or you can create your own bullets. Now what happens if I want to create a multi-level bulleted list? For example, here what I've done is I've just moved my cursor to the left, and I click on it and then press tab. So as you can see, the bullet has now changed. There's actually a hierarchy of bullets, and there you can see bullets are now changing according to their position. Okay, so let's say citrus, CTRUS, and I can also press the alternate the shift tab key. Okay, melon, citrus, what else? Okay, sunkist, and there you go. So that's how you can actually use the bullet feature to create a bulleted list. Okay, So let me just delete that. Okay, we also have numbered lists. So let's click on the numbered list. There you go. Okay, and let's type USA, Malaysia, Japan. So here I've created a numbered list, and I can actually just select one of them and press tab, and now you've got another numbered, different type of number. Okay, let's do it this way: Johor, Malacca. Okay, USA. Let's have Utah and Hawaii. Alright. Under Malacca we have Jasin, Malacca, Alagaja. Right. So that's how you can create a particular numbered list. Another thing that you can do is to actually move the indentations of each section of the numbered list. So what I've just done is I've just clicked my mouse on the second line of the numbered list, of the multi-layered numbered list, and if I were to click on the hanging indent marker, so this is how you can actually adjust the indentation of the point. Okay, I can also select two lines and just move them in and out. Let's try it on here. Again, same thing. I've selected two lines. Oops. Let's try that again. Does this work? Yes, it does. Okay. And if I want to move both the numbered a number or alphabet together with the word, I just select the section that I want to indent, and I click on this little rectangle called the left indent marker. There you go. Right. In the next section, I want to talk about how to create a structured list, and I will also touch on the tab settings. Okay, that's all for now.